Hello and welcome to the Aaron Russos podcast. Today, this is part of a series that's called, I named it, the Anxiety Uninstalling Program. And I guess I named it that because in 2018, from the week of 1st of August to the 14th, I actually did this protocol that I'm going to be presenting to you. And I did it with about a 4-month lead, meaning I was studying 4 months in, about all this new stuff, about all these possibilities, about all these things. And, just basically by trying new things. When you have evidence-based, when things work, they work. There's no need to work out why they need it. This isn't one of those things that needs trials and all this stuff. There is nothing to be worked out. It's all natural, risk-free, complementary, meaning it can be done side by side with any treatment, any medication, anything that you're on all around the world. There's no interactions whatsoever. And it's free. Well, I'm giving it away free because I know what it's like. Yeah? If you were really sick and crippled with an anxiety disorder where, for 8 years, it was just you couldn't relax. You were having panic attacks every day. You were spending all day using things to come down, and then you'd sleep for 2 hours and you'd back up again. Excruciating pain, not wanting to go on. I don't think at one stage I didn't leave my unit for a whole year. I pretty much thought, this is it. I don't want to go on like this anymore. I'm not doing this life like this every single day. I can't do it. Now, suicide's also has always been on the rise, never been able to be controlled, and there's a lot of different reasons why people commit suicide. But in this situation, I had a thing where I had a disease, and every day I had to live and sit in pain and panic and fear, and so after going on for 8 years like this, I didn't want to do it anymore. Now, pretty much most people would be in the same situation, right? And I was quite happy to check out. I really did not. I just thought there's no actual. When you think about it, there's no actual. What's the point of actually staying to contribute? And the only problem was that I'd had a very big, profound and all-consuming theme of suicide throughout my life, whether it be my best mate, whether it be my girlfriend's friend, family friends, people I've worked with, everyone. So I knew what pain and gets left behind. And I had a son. And I think I did hear a meme the other day on social media, or a guy saying something like, how many more people would be committing suicide if they didn't have children? And that's a huge, that was a huge statement. It hit home personally, emotionally, for me. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. So I know what it's like. Any person that, did come up with something to help their fellow man, human, whatever, and wanted to, profiteer from this. Yeah, sure, I could profiteer. I know there's 300-400 million people, and I would probably be rubbing shoulders with Elon and Bezos. I might even get to the table with Bill. And after I did this little 2-week protocol and I healed myself. Remember, I thought couldn't do it, couldn't check out. Anyway, for some reason I was able to come up with some formula and do it. And I knew that I'd done something, and for after I did the 14 days, I went back to normal life. I'm fucking everything, mate. Eating shit, fucking smoking, drinking, whatever. I just went back to thinking, because, you know, we're habitual creatures. We're really, you don't realise how habitual we are. You don't realise how much we're addicted to food even. Yeah? Food. People can't even realise or, you know, use a conscious mind. There's 4 different minds: conscious mind, unconscious mind, superconscious mind, unconscious mind, to make those decisions. So I was thinking, geez, we're really struggling. I knew what it was like, and I thought, this is amazing. I thought this was the greatest thing ever. I thought, I'm going to be able to help those people. There's going to be millions, hundreds of millions of people just like me out there, and they're going to be able to do this, and they're going to be able to experience as well. Imagine that. And I was so excited. And, you know, I was crying for months. You know, this was one of the most emotional, profound things. And at the time I thought, great, you know, I'm going to be able to help all these people. I didn't think at the time, you know, we're nearly 7 years later right now. I didn't think at the time that I was going to be the first human in the history of humans on Earth to ever heal anything, to ever cure a single disease. Because in the past, we've had eradication, vaccines, we've had different forms of treatment and thing to make life better with that disease. But no doctor, no one that has actually been trained to help the humans with their health has ever healed anything. Isn't that ironic? That no one of the trillion doctors that has been through the earth already has ever once cured anything. I'm sorry, but I need to say that again. There has never been a doctor in the history of human existence on this earth that has ever healed or cured anything. When you go along and you're doing life and you're studying and you're trying to, you know, navigate this world and look for something new, yeah, because what had been presented to me wasn't new. It was just some of the old shit. And so when you're looking for newness, every now and then things come along and you get keys, I call them. I call them golden keys. And that was one of them, that a doctor on the earth, never, not one of them has gone, oh, look, I'm going to look into measles. Instead of giving these treatment plans and a vaccine and thing, what about we eradicate it altogether? And I don't know. Then as I start researching, I start finding things. I find someone that has a herpes eraser, herpes 1 and 2, eraser, right? One of the biggest problems, well, you know, it's, so all of a sudden my mind's going, hello, if that's possible, then that's possible. If that's possible, that's possible. If that's possible, that's possible. So what we've got is all of a sudden, the further I get into it, the further I go down to these rabbit holes studying this stuff, the more I realise that it's not how it seems. We're actually part of a system. We've been sucked into the system through our education system, through working, through societal expectations, through norms. And basically, we really have been jibbed. And I knew it. I knew we'd been jibbed as humans. I knew it. And you will all know this as well. I was sitting there going, even as a young person, in my teenage years, in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s, I was like, fuck, this can't be it. Surely this fucking bullshit existence, fucking being born, being educated in this repetition loop where fucking nothing nothing is actually learnt, or nothing, you don't learn any skills to actually advance, to promote, to do beautiful things. It's all about conforming. It's all about generalizing. It's all about paying your taxes. And then what? That's it? So I was thinking, and all those intervals, we come here, we do that, we pay fucking bills, we have an experience, we fucking die and we go. And I was like, nah. Like, I've never done that anyway. I was fucking useless in primary school, got to high school. I didn't even pass year 7, but they said they have to put me up because they've never failed anyone in year 7. So I'd never conformed to society, right? Are you understanding this, guys? I've never done what you do. You've all been stuck part of the system. There's nothing wrong. You've been brainwashed. You've been totally and utterly taken for a ride and taken advantage of, and you still do it. And you know, someone that's smarter, that knows how to get into your biology, get into your head and make you a product of this system that just sucks the energy, the resources out and gives it to someone else so they can live a great life. You have to take what you want in this life. You have to be ruthless. You have to be, make shit up. It's not just a matter of, you're talented, you've got the right idea, you've got the right thing here. Like me, I've got something that will change the world profoundly, right? But we don't, as a system, as a society, we don't honour or even look at people that come along with new discoveries unless they've come from a system of being a doctor. So in my case, all the boards I spoke to, all the medical people, professors, the biggest mental health organisations in the world, Dr. Duckworth at NAMI in America, I'm calling you out, buddy. I've got your emails. I can prove all this sort of stuff. And you're all like, and Black Dog Institute, everyone, the board members are like, nah, you'll never get it anywhere, buddy, because you're not a doctor. And it's not part of the system. They told me that. They told me that healing that makes people kill themselves is not going to be changed because I'm not part of their system. So if you're sick and you're listening to this right now, there is no one in any government or mental health organisation or anything outside of your family that actually gives a fuck about you at all. They do not give a fuck about you. The girl at the front desk at fucking Beyond Blue might be very compassionate and want to give a shit about you, but she has no idea the way that, because I've done it, yeah. I've gone to Beyond Blue and I've got the first phone call and they're like, fucking hell, this is amazing. Then you get the next call and they're like, oh, cool, we'd like to learn some more information. Then the third phone call is they block you. The organisation that's responsible for providing support to people with mental health blocks someone with so-called mental health. How the fuck is that ever going to get us as a society to where we need to go? It's not. It's about control. It's about money. It's about power. Right? It's a fucking big machine, a big system, and you need to break yourself away from that. This program takes 14 days. This program is not mine, okay? Yeah, you might be all fucking not into woo-woo, not into religion, not into whatever. When I started this program in 2018, I was the biggest atheist, the biggest nonconformist, hated religion, didn't even want to have a conversation, never even looked into it. And now I'm saying to you, not even 7 years later, I got a program of how to heal myself from the creator of the universe and all spirits, your relatives that have gone before. There's a place where all the energy of all these spirits go, and it's called underlying infinite collective consciousness. And I asked them questions and I said, what do I do? And they gave me sign synchronicities downloads, very clear about, this. And then I tested it. Then I put this program together and it fucking heals myself of what no one else on earth can do before. Now you might go, oh God, he's crazy. If I'm crazy, why did it work? If it's crazy, why does it work on others? If I'm crazy, why does it work? If I'm crazy. So even if I am crazy, who cares? If this heals you, right? You won't give a fuck if I'm crazy. You don't care what I am, who I am, whatever. You're struggling every day. You've got one of the worst fucking chemical illnesses getting around that fucking mimics other really serious health conditions. It makes you fucking not know what's going on. You're fucking sitting on the edge of your seat for the whole fucking day, right? You're trying to get through minutes, not hours, not days, not whatever. It's there now and here. I don't have to explain it to you that you're not well, but I do have to explain to you, regardless of where you think I got the information, whatever, evidence-based facts rule. You do the 14 days. It costs you no more than your life right now, right? You do this, you take that out, you boost your immune, you detox this, you do these therapies, you do 14 days, it costs nothing, the food costs less than your life right now that what you're living. What's to lose? What have you got to lose besides being scared, fearful that you'll actually heal? The only reason that you were sick and you wouldn't try this is if you're fearful that you don't want to heal. You're scared of healing. You're too scared that, oh my God, what happens if this actually works? What am I going to do? What the fuck am I going to do? Oh my God, I healed myself and it worked. And now that's 1 ripple, 2 ripples, 3 ripples, it goes right throughout the world. Then what? There's a merge. We go, oh, this is new. I've already mapped what happens, how the systems fail, how this all works and how it becomes a merge with the medical industry. Everything's going to be a merge. It always will be and always has been. So whether you think I'm crazy or not, I don't care. The program's here, right? If you want to heal yourself, do the program. If you don't want to heal yourself, don't do the program. I'm not here to force you to do anything. I don't care. You got to remember, from my perspective, I've done the most profound thing in history that any human has done. And one day I will be known as a household name. But for now, right, I need to do my due diligence, right? The guy who taught me numerology back 34 years ago, his name's Mark Green, and he said to me, greater the knowledge, greater the responsibility. And I looked at this and I thought, you know what? Even if everyone thinks I'm crazy, no one wants to do it. None of the organisations, everyone's blocked me. No one wants to do it. I still need to do it for anyone that does want to heal themselves. So that's what I'm here today to tell you about in part 1. The program's there if you want it. That's it. I don't give a rat's razoo whether you do it or not, because I'd love you to do it and love you to feel what I felt. But I'm on 7 years of wasting my life, my time, my money, my everything for humanity, selflessly giving everything of myself, and I'm just getting to the point where not one thing has ever fucking come back. And I know that I preach, just keep giving, but I'm just coming to the end of my tether. I need to get on with my life and try and make something of the rest of my life now that I've wasted or getting all this to humanity that doesn't want it. So I said to myself, Aaron, just do it, leave it there. If someone wants it, someone will get it. The right person will get it through synchronicity, the ones that actually really, really want to do it. So the program's going to be here. I'm going to waffle on for a couple of podcasts. about what it entails, all the little intricate bits, what you should be mindful of, how you should prepare yourself, how you should set it up. And then the program's online there on my website as well. Pretty much all we're doing is we're boosting the immune system. We're detoxing a lot of cause or a lot of unnatural things for a natural system that affects the chemicals that get dispersed in our bodies in different formulas. And there's a few natural therapies like just grounding, water therapy, walking, lots of walking. And it's pretty much just doing the same thing for 14 days, pumping it up. Frequency here, so there's all these things, all natural, all free. I'm just going to go through the program with you over the next, say, maybe a few episodes on Spotify. I'll make this a series. And then you want to have a go at it. There's checklists, what to do, what not to do. It's all there. You get yourself ready. There's shopping lists. There's recipes. There's food. A lot of it is about food. You're going to have to be, get in the kitchen a lot. And hey, who wouldn't, This is a pure, permanent cure, healing yourself. Your body innately has an ability to heal itself. And, at the end of the day, it's there. So that's the anxiety uninstalling program. Sorry, I can't be more excited about it for you. But you've been conditioned so far by everything, the whole system, your parents, teachers, about the wrong shit. I just posted shit about, I've got a cancer reversing program as well. And, with that, same thing. It's like, wow. You know what I mean? Humanity has got to this point where it's gone so far and been conditioned and got this system and everyone's so reliant on the negative things that someone comes along and they've got the greatest discoveries in history and humanity looks at it and goes, no thanks. That's what we're dealing with. So you want to heal. If not, do whatever you want. I don't care.